Okay, so I'm going to do a quick little tutorial on making short little 1-minute videos for like all the challenges that are out there, like the Tyrants Pro Whooper. Right now it's the Bootcamp 101, but I mean, this also applies for IGOW whenever that comes back, or RaceGOW. RaceGOW would be a little bit different because you had to do the whole timer on screen type thing. So sorry, just unplugging something that didn't need to be on. So there's a bunch of different things I'm gonna show today, but all of it's really simple. I'm just gonna open up Davinci here. It's gonna take forever to open because it does. I have the full version studio, not the free version. I think everything I'm gonna show is included in the free version, but it's been like 8 months since I've used the free version, so I can't really remember. But I'll show you how I made my actual week 4 entry. It was pretty simple, and then I'm going to show you how to do it if you didn't do a one rip clip, because my one rip clip was literally perfectly 1 minute long. So it was really easy. So I just opened up my week 4. I'm just going to delete a few things in here so I can show you. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. So delete this stuff. So basically what I've got in here, this is how I would start every week. So I've already got my personal logo, which I have 2 layers of. One is just the normal logo here. The second one is, well, actually let's do, where's the generate thingy? Generators, there we go. Solid color, we'll just throw this on the bottom so you can actually see. There we go. Okay. So what we've got here is we've got 2 layers. One is my logo in white. So if I disable it, you can see that. And then the second one is basically the same thing, but it is all black and it's moved down a little bit, and I've got the opacity lowered down on it. So it looks like a drop shadow. Basically, I just made my own drop shadow. I think there's a way to do a drop shadow faster, but I don't know. This way was super easy for me to do. So I just have that on 2 separate layers. You can put whatever you want here if you have your own logo, or if you don't have a logo. And then I have that fade out, which is just this little thing here. Drag that over and that lets it fade. So I've got that on both of them. They both fade in as well. So you just drag these over to change the fade out time, or fade in, fade out time. I have that go out, and then the Tyrants Pro Whooper, which you can just grab this from the website and drag it in here. You just put it, it's a PNG, so the back, all the black stuff is transparent, so it'll show what's underneath it. I have it kind of in the upper quarter of or upper third of the screens, like that. And then this was just that solid I generated, so you can see everything. So we're just going to delete that solid. Now in this one, basically my whole run was right here. And first thing I want to do is, since actually put that on video 1, since this is HD0 analog, there's all kinds of static, horrible noises here. And I recently learned this trick, because before I used to do that, hit unlink, then select the audio and delete it. But there's an easier way. So these are linked. If you do anything with them, they move together. If you try to like select and delete, it'll delete both. So what you can do, I found this out, is if you hit Alt, it'll let you select only part of the linked clip. And then there's 2 different delete buttons. You've got backspace and delete. If you hit delete, it'll delete everything. It'll ripple delete, which means anything that's kind of like linked to it, it'll delete and bring the timeline, the end of the timeline back. And you don't really want to do that. So you just hold Alt. I think it's like Control or on a Mac, or no, Command on a Mac. So you hold Alt and select that, and then hit the backspace button, and it'll delete just that. And then you get rid of your audio. I also had mine muted. I didn't actually delete it, but the other thing, and then this one, since it's exactly like 1 minute long, all I have to do is find the part where I took off. Because if I do it too early, I won't be able to like put as much flying in the video. So on take off right about here. So we just slide that over and slide this over. And that's pretty much it for my run there and get to the end. Let's hold Alt and zoom out so I can go to 1.0. You can also use this to go through it. So you can go 104 and it's 60 FPS. So that number right here is how many frames. It's not your seconds divided. It's not milliseconds. It's how many frames. So we want to go to 104.59 and just drag that over. Boom, that's it. Then I have audio here and or my music, I drag that down to an unmuted track. We're going to drag the end of this to match that and then fade it out. And this controls this little one controls your, like the curve of how the fade out happens. And I like to drag that down a little bit so it fades out a little bit more exponentially as opposed to linear. And it sounds a little bit better when it's exponentially. I don't know. It's a weird audio thing, but that was pretty much my entry. Like I just did that. Oh, there was one thing I'm missing. So one thing I like to do on analog video is I like to make it expand to the whole screen. So we just go over here, search blanking fill, and it's under effects. I think it's under effects. Why is it not? No, it's under open effects. That's where it is. So we do blanking, and then you drag this onto that. And it's under effects. So we do, I think it's straight. Why isn't it showing? Crop left, crop right. There we go. Yeah, you got to bring the crop in so it matches. If you hold shift, now go over here and hold shift. It lets you do, is it shift or is it alt? Something like that. It lets you do it more precisely. And you just get it up to a right thing and it looks pretty good. So that was how I did mine, but since I had a one rip clip, it was super easy. So I'm going to do kind of what I would do if I didn't have a one rip clip. And we're going to do file, say project as, and we're going to do tutorial so I don't ruin one of my other files. We're going to delete these so they're not in here. So it would look like what you're doing if it's from scratch. And let's see, usually I would, wow, why do I have so many tracks here? Delete empty tracks. There we go. And then we're going to grab some of the stuff and I'm going to show you a little trick that I have here. So this is, I was flying a Bando. I think this video is crap. That video is crap. Yeah, they're corrupted. A couple of them are corrupted, but there's a little trick. So if you go to the media, this is where you would drag in all your stuff. You're going to have folders over here. This is the main bin and everything. Now, if you just drag a file over, it'll put it in this bin, which is okay. But I'm going to show you a little trick. So if you sort your footage and you go new folder and say like this one is GoPro, and I have one GoPro clip, I drag that in there. Then I have new folder. Let's do analog. Drag these analog clips in here. And then new folder. Analog snail. And let's see, this one, that one's corrupt, that one's corrupt, this one is good. So drag these two down to Walk Snail. And then you can just grab these folders, drag them over here, and it automatically makes them folders in here, which is really cool. And it makes it so you can sort really, really quick and easily. If you want everything in the whole folder, you can actually like go back up one here and drag like this whole thing over. But I like to do it that way. So I only get the stuff I want. So let's look at, we'll turn I usually go on the edit screen. I'm not very good at using the cut screen. So let's double click on your GoPro or whatever footage you want to look at, and it will go up here in the top center. And you can like scroll along, find like a cool trick. You can also just hit play. Like, let's say this whatever week has a Matty flip in it. So I just did a Matty flip. You can use this to like pull it along, so it like ends about there. So we'll hit O for out, and then it starts like right here, and put that for in. And so you got this whole little spot highlighted. You can just drag this down. I actually want these to be up one, so I can put this under. And maybe we want a little bit of an intro on that. We can fade it in as well if we want. And then we got the logo fades out, and then I'm doing the trick. And I've seen a lot of people do, like they put the name of the trick on here, and there's a lot of different ways you can do that. You can do titles. Oh, I gotta clear this. There we go. And you've got a couple different titles. Like you can put it down there in the corner. You can do scrolling. I usually just use the text one, so I can just move it wherever I want. You can put that on here. You can say, oops, what am I doing? Matty flip. And then when you're over here doing, you can control your fade in and fade out for it as well if you want. But you can also, I thought you could just grab it and move it. Oh yeah, you can. Here it goes. So you can grab it and move it wherever you want. You can also go over here and do position this way if you want. You can do zoom to make it bigger or smaller. You can also go down to here to do drop shadows, backgrounds, all kinds of things like that. I think there's also, I thought there was a text size. Oh yeah, it's up here. So you can change the size that way too by dragging. So you can zoom, or you can change the text size that way. So we'll just do that. We'll have it fade in and out a little bit. And maybe we'll extend that out a little bit and do that. So that's it. One of the tricks is a Matty flip. Boom. We got, oh, I don't like it that low. Let's move it up a little bit right here, and let's throw a drop shadow on it. Why not? Offset it that way, a little bit. I don't like it blurred as much. Boom. It'll pop a little bit. And then let's say we want to grab this. Oh no, we want to double click to bring it over here. We can scroll through it. Let's see what other cool tricks I did, if I did any. Oh, I think I did a power loop of that. Yeah, was that it? Yeah, let's start here. In. Drag this along. Out. And then drag that down. Boom. We'll also fade that in a little bit. You can also just put a transition on there. I don't know why I never really do transitions. Now this one, as you can see, it's also got the black borders because I run a 4x3 camera, so it doesn't fill the whole 16:9. And you can do the blinking fill like you did before, like I did on the analog one, but I actually have presets saved for this. So I have this one, blinking fill wax nail, just drag it down on it. There are some tutorials on how to do that. I might show a tutorial on how to do it. But there you go, your power loop. Now you can actually copy this. Actually, I think you can just, yeah, you can hold Alt and drag it. And then you've got copy of that. And you can say this one is, instead of Matty flip, it is, I'll delete it all. It is a power loop. Boom. And so now we've got this that plays, and then, you know, it's showing what trick we're doing. I have have that clip fade out. This one fades in, and then we're doing a power loop. And then you just do this until you hit all the tricks or, at least all the clips that you have. Now, another thing, let's say, let's try the analog one. Let's see if there's at least two tricks that I did in this one. Analog's annoying because you get the static, but what's cool with the HD0 goggles is it has a mic built in, so sometimes you can hear me yell things on it. I wasn't doing a whole lot of cool tricks here because it was super windy, so trying to fly a 1S loop was crazy. Let's just say I hit a gap and then hit the gap, or yeah, I did hit the gap again. So we'll go here to out, go back to wherever I hit the gap originally, here, in. Oh no, that's not, I want to show something with more space in it. Okay, so let's go back to this one. So this is where I was. Let's say I have to go back further. Okay, let's say whatever I do here is the trick. So this is a really long clip, and it's going to be too long. What did I even do here? I don't know. Terrible stuff because it was too windy. But let's say that's the trick that I wanted to do. And we hold Alt to drag that over. Say this is, yeah, we have that selected. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. That's the retiming curve. We can show how to use that, but I'm going to do a different way. We'll go trick 1. Then in this gap, we'll say it's trick 2. So drag this over there. Go trick 2. There we go. And let's say all this stuff in the middle is boring. So we just find like a spot right here. Can zoom in to make it a little bit easier. Find a spot here. Hit the B key to bring up the blade. It's also this button right here. Cut. And then go over to here. Right before this. You can turn off the snap if you want. I find that a lot easier for some things. And then we select this, which you can also hit B for blade, A for the little arrow. Select this, right click, go to change clip speed, make sure ripple is on, and we just set this to say 800%, and change. And boom, now all of that like flying in between, super fast. So if you watch it back, it'll play probably crappily, but like that's trick 1. It says down here, I did trick 1. And then there's, oh, I should have gotten closer to that, but whatever, that's trick 2. We'll need to, does it say trick 2? I did. Where is the actual trick? Right there. So we'll do trick 2 there. I probably wouldn't move this since it's over my OSD, but this is just an example of what you can do. Now I'm going to move these up because I'm also got one of these for analog. And I can just drop it on top of this, drag it all the way over. Oh, it's slightly off. Lame. Might have to fix my analog one. Cropping. Do I have it there or do I have it? No, it's under the actual video. Okay. Crop left, crop right. Left needs to go in more. There we go. And then you would, if those are all your tricks, next thing I would do is deal with this audio. For this one, I think it's fine. I'd turn it way down though. Like just drag it down to like -15. So it's just barely there. And then these ones, hold Alt, backspace, Alt, backspace, Alt, backspace, and just delete all those. And then I have music that I make myself. I just keep it on my desktop in a music folder, and I can just grab, say, yes, add songs and techno. That one's a good one. I can drag this over in and just drag this down onto a new audio track. There we go. Hit B to cut it. Yeah, B, and then there we go. Cut that. A, delete. And then I just made a little shorty video, super quick. And that's pretty much how I would adjust all this stuff a little bit, I think. I would go over that. That's kind of a terrible idea, but you do it that way. You can also use the timing curve if you want like actual ramp in and ramp out of the speeds. I would look at an actual tutorial on that because I probably don't know. I use it a little bit, but I don't think I know all the different settings and what you can do there. But that's the quick and dirty way of doing it. That's pretty much my little editing, or how I edit everything. And then at the end, I usually just fade out and fade out the audio. If this was not supposed to be a specific length, I would actually make the audio fade out from before the video fades out and go longer. Oops, and go longer. Grab the actual thingy, crank that down. Not that much longer. There we go. Because I like the way that does it. Oh, I faded the wrong thing. This, not that. This right here. There we go. I think that feels better usually, but when you have to only have it a certain length, I usually just cut it at that length and fade everything out there. But that's it. That's how I make videos for this kind of stuff. As far as rendering it, I just go to deliver. If I cared at all about the 4K-ness, I mean, it's going to be shown on a live stream, so I don't really care about that. So I'll just render it at 1080. Yeah, 1920 by 1080. And I don't like the QuickTime, so I do NP4. This one all looks good. In and out times are good. That's what this little bar is right here. If you just want to render part of your video, like if you're showing a mentor or something you're struggling with, you can just use those to select the right times and do that. Just hit add render, choose your name of your file here, where it's going to be saved right here. Add it, and then hit render all, and you're done. And that's it.